Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, as you might have noticed, today's video is in a slightly different format. When I made this piece, I decided I would try to do some real-time videos as opposed to the time-lapse videos that I normally do. So, I hope you enjoy this change of pace, but let me know what you think in the comments. This piece is titled Protected Spirit, and it's the second piece that I made for my solo show in June of 2022. So part of why I wanted to show some real-time videos is I wanted you to get a closer view of my painting technique, so I could talk about how I apply paint and what I'm thinking about while I'm in the painting process. So as I've mentioned before, I'm always thinking about gradients while I'm painting. I usually pre-mix all my colors and line them up on my palette so I can dip into each one as I go. And I always mix a lot so I have plenty of paint to work with. And in terms of technique, at the beginning stages like this, I'm always getting a lot of paint and pressing it hard into the panel, trying to lay down as much as possible. And once I've gotten that thick paint down, I can then smooth it out with a softer brush, blending the transitions. Did you eat some cereal? Oh. And since I'm painting in sections like this, I take some extra care to make sure that each section blends into each other nicely. I do this by using a soft brush to soften edges and create seamless transitions. And while I'm working to make these gradients, I'm always thinking about the light source and how it's affecting the light and shadows. And if there are any ways I need to deviate from my source material to make a more convincing painting. But for the most part, while I'm painting, I'm constantly comparing the piece to the reference image and thinking about how I can make my painting more convincing. For me, I'm not as much thinking about the rules and standards that are taught about body proportions and things like that. I'm more thinking about how I can recreate the image as closely as possible, and how I can make the viewer believe that this painting is alive. So in terms of the meaning behind this piece, I wanted it to serve as an ode to me and my older sister, since these were her hands I was painting. I wanted this painting to serve as an illustration of our commitment to creativity ever since we were kids. In addition to fine art, my older sister also loved to dance and still does it to this day. And I just love the idea that even with our adult commitments and the messiness of life, we still find time to be creative and enjoy the process of making and being in the moment.
I just need to get this thing done. That's the bigger issue.
Right. So I titled this piece Protected Spirit because I see this hummingbird as the spirit of creativity and the gentle hands that are protecting it. Because I think that both me and my sister have always felt the need to express ourselves through creative outlets. And I'm so happy that both of us have continued to do this in our own ways into our adult years. So overall, I'm really happy with how this piece turned out. I spent many hours working on this, and I'm really happy with the final result. And I think the piece is even more meaningful to me knowing that it's my sister's hands and knowing the meaning behind it. I really enjoyed the process of making this piece, and I think it made for a strong addition to my solo show. So, as of the recording of this video, this piece is still available for purchase. You can find the original piece at abengallery.com, or prints can be found on my website, which is austinhowlett.com. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it, and I will have some more videos coming out soon of the other paintings that I made for my solo show. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.